Good evening, Happy New Year, and welcome to Tiger Basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network presented by Taylor King Law. I'm Chase Hartzell, joined by the Director of Sports Media Productions and my color commentator tonight, Chris Babb. And we've got a great one tonight, Chris. It's a battle of the OBUs, a battle of the Baptists between the Oklahoma Baptist Bison and the Ouachita Tigers.
Chase, Happy New Year. Glad to be here. Thanks to you for coming down. I would like to say thanks to our students who came back and also students again from Magnet Cove High School who have come back to help us bring this broadcast to you. It is first game after the new year. It's been a while since Oklahoma Baptist has played. They played on December 16th in the last conference game they played. Ouachita was able to get an exhibition game in last week. Coach Dallimore said he scheduled that game because last year he didn't like the way the team played after that long layoff over the Christmas break. They had a 91-85 victory in that exhibition game. None of the stats counted, but it was good offensively to see some of these players get going, especially see Lainey Mears, see what she does tonight. This is a Ouachita team that's 3-1 in conference. Oklahoma Baptist 2-2 under head coach Bo Overton. This is a team that is going to have the height advantage. When you take a look at these two teams, Oklahoma Baptist 5-5 overall, 2-2 in Great American Conference play. Ouachita 5-3, 3-1. The series is tied 7-7. As you see, they split with both teams winning at home. Ouachita has won 3 games in a row at home in this series.
And looking at both of these teams, both relatively young teams, only one senior in the starting lineup tonight for the Bison, and that is going to be the senior guard Madison Chambers, at least according to our projections. Ouachita also quite a few young players, as we're about to take a look at the GAC standings. Despite those growing pains and trying to figure out exactly your identity as a team, both of these teams have found themselves on hot stretches as of recent in-conference play. For Ouachita, currently tied for third place, and it's worth mentioning that those top 3 schools that you see right there, the top 4 actually, the 3 of the 4, are all in the top 20 nationally.
That's right.
Harding, Southern Nazarene, and Northwestern Oklahoma State.
Southern Nazarene ranked number 7 in the nation. Ouachita will host them Saturday afternoon. Harding, number 20 in the nation, and Northwestern Oklahoma State at number 19 in the nation. So first time the Great American Conference has had 3 teams ranked in the top 20. Those are 3 of the top 4. Ouachita right there. They had a good win to wrap up the fall semester, I guess you might say, in a win against Arkansas Monticello. You see that thick line there, that's where you want to stay above. The teams that stay above that line will qualify for the Great American Conference tournament at the end of the season. Still early, you see lots of T's for all the ties, and that will shake out. But you want to get a good start to start the second half of this conference, or actually get halfway through the first round robin, but the second semester of play.
Truly one of the most competitive Great American Conferences we've seen, especially on a national scale. It's going to be fun to see the competition between these teams, but already these young teams establishing themselves. As we take a look at some of the other great matchups from around the conference tonight.
We mentioned the Southern Nazarene was across the street at Henderson State, Southeastern Oklahoma State at Harding, East Central at Arkansas Tech. Northwestern makes the long trip from Alva to Monticello. I think that is the longest trip in the conference, from Northwestern Oklahoma State to Arkansas Monticello. And obviously they're at the opposite ends of the conference standings as well. Southwestern Oklahoma State at Southern Arkansas. Chase, you mentioned these two teams. When you take a look at the team comparison, statistically, these are kind of in the middle of a pack in a lot of these stats. You see points per game, Ouachita averaging more points, but also allowing more points. Field goal percentage, 7th and 8th. Field goal percent allowed, 8th and 9th. So not a lot of difference. Now, one thing you do see for Ouachita, the free throw percentage, 78.8% is first in the conference. And then the rebounding margin is in the favor of Oklahoma Baptist. Not exactly a ton of difference there, 8th and 9th. So you look at these statistics and a lot of similarities between those two teams.
Also worth mentioning on that free throw statistic, that's not only tops in the conference, it's in the top 15 in the country. So Ouachita, when it gets to the charity stripe, has been very efficient. That could prove to be a big key point in this game because these two teams on paper so evenly matched, 2 young teams, 2 young talented teams that are really looking to establish themselves going into the deeper part of the conference schedule.
Jaden Getman leads the way as you look at the leaders for these two teams. Jaden Getman, you know, a lot of times when we're doing these graphics, you're like, which picture do you put up? Well, it's pretty obvious with Oklahoma Baptist. It's going to be Jaden Getman leads the team in points, rebounds, free throw percentage. Last game, she went for 19 points and 9 rebounds. Lainey Mears is the leading scorer and also the leading free throw shooter at 91.7%.
With that, we're going to turn it over to the public address system for the playing of our national anthem and the introduction of tonight's starting lineups.
At this time, we stand for our national anthem. And now introducing the starting lineup for the Oklahoma Baptist University Bison. Sophomore guard from Dale, Oklahoma, number 5, Faith Wright. Senior guard from Muldrow, Oklahoma, number 11, Madison Chambers. Junior forward from Byng, Oklahoma, number 23, Kennedy Large. Junior forward from Howe, Texas, number 32, Sierra Copeland. And sophomore forward from Stratford, Oklahoma, number 33, Jaden Getman. The head coach of the Oklahoma Baptist Bison is Bo Overton. The assistant coach is Brennan Siegler. And now, Tiger Nation, let me hear you roar! This is the starting lineup for your Ouachita Tigers! Sophomore forward from Hot Springs, Arkansas, number 2, Audrey Winfrey. Sophomore guard from Arlington, Texas, number 10, Samantha Watson. Sophomore forward from Mena, Arkansas, number 20, Grayson Fearless. Sophomore guard from Belonia, Arkansas, number 23, Madeline Tipton. And sophomore guard from McKinney, Texas, number 24, Grayson Williams. The head coach of the Ouachita Tigers is Robert Dallimore. The assistant coach is Nate Davis. This evening's officials are Ernie Murray, Herb Burrow, and Kerry Smith.
Now that we've met the starters, it's just about time for tip-off here at Bill Vining Arena between two talented young teams. A lot of homegrown talent for both teams as well. All of the starters for Oklahoma Baptist hailing from Texas or Oklahoma in that Panhandle region, and for Ouachita, 3 of the 5 starters tonight from the natural state, the other 2 from the Lone Star State of Texas.
One of the names you did not see in there, Heidi Robinson, not in the starting lineup. She came out in the crutches there on the bench. You see her, so hopefully Heidi will be able to get back soon. But different starting lineup for Ouachita tonight. We talk about the size. Grayson Fairless will guard Getman. You would imagine, actually, it's going to end up being Audrey Winfrey. So Audrey Winfrey is going to get the task of guarding the leading scorer for the Bison.
Chambers tightly guarded by Williams. There's the pass inside to Copeland.
Quickly an illegal screen called on Oklahoma Baptist, and good first defensive possession. That was the first foul on Sierra Copeland.
Watson brings the ball up the floor for Ouachita. Tigers swinging it around the perimeter. Looking for an opening as Tipton sends it cross court to Williams. There's the pass inside to Winfrey, looking for another inside pass, but the ball is stolen away by, looks like that was Getman. Still looking for our first basket of the night. Opportunity down low.
Nice double from the backside from Babel.
Tigers force the outside shot, and Samantha Watson comes away with the ball.
Excuse me, it was Watson. Watson also with a nice box out on the backside. Zone defense in the first two possessions from Oklahoma Baptist. Ouachita going inside out both possessions.
However, the zone defense backfires as it allowed Madeline Tipton to find herself open for the first shot of the night. It's going to be a three-pointer that gives the Tigers the lead early in this one. Oklahoma Baptist looking for a quick answer back.
Nice communication from Ouachita, both on the floor and on the bench, using that high ball screen coming over. Nice hedge job, kind of disrupting Oklahoma Baptist offensively.
Chambers almost loses the handle on the ball. Now she pulls up for mid-range, and the Bison are on the board. Watson being double-teamed in the backcourt. Oklahoma Baptist not afraid to show a full-court press as Williams looks to drive. Pass down low, and Fairless is there for the easy two.
Nice find from Grayson to Grayson, and Ouachita for the second time coming out with a little initial full-court pressure, a little man-to-man, and then trying to keep the ball out of the point guard Faith Wright's hands, and they get Getman to set the offense up instead of what I would imagine is a normal point guard.
Large kicks it out to the corner. Chambers trying to create some space as she gives it back to Large. Shot from the mid-range, rattles around, but she gets the shooter's roll.
Grayson Williams was trying to retreat back in there in the middle of the lane. Audrey Winfrey in transition. Boom.
Just like the Tigers drew it up, and it's now a 4-point lead for the hometown team. Getman being guarded by Winfrey, the former Lake Hamilton Wolf, and she's going to be charged with a reach-in.
I think they want to be aggressive with Getman. That's been in the first couple of minutes. But also, you don't necessarily want Coach Dallimore telling Audrey you don't necessarily want to reach in foul that far out. 3 subs into the game for Ouachita: Lainey Mears, Joey Babel, and Brooke Smith. Mears the leading scorer on the Ouachita team. Nice help from Fairless on the backside on Getman.
Chambers drives on the right side, pulls up for the floater, and it's good. Tigers leading by just 2. Watson swings it over to Babel on the left side, back to Watson, and now to Mears.
Be interesting to see how they defend the zone with Mears in the game now. Well, right on cue. We wondered how Oklahoma Baptist was going to handle that from the outside. Kennedy Large kind of waited, and she showed her hand and presented herself before the top of that 2-3 was able to get back over, but just good ball reversal from Ouachita to be able to take advantage of it. And Mears, who had not been shooting particularly well from three-point range the first semester. She had 6 3-pointers, or 7 in the exhibition game against Williams, and she starts off by knocking down her first one today.
Babel pass inside to Watson. There's the pass down low to Fairless. She's double-teamed, trying to create space.
It was a good look by Watson finding Fairless. The double team came down and collapsed, and Fairless really couldn't do anything with it and got called for the 3-second violation.
Chambers guarded by Watson. There's the pass inside. That's going to be Copeland at the top.
It was a good switch from Mears and Watson. It was a cut to the backside. They cut across the top of that screen, and Watson and Mears switched. They're able to force a little traffic in there, force the turnover. Micah Russell into the game for Ouachita. for the first time. Audrey Winfrey back into the game. Subs also into the game for Oklahoma Baptist. Jill Leslie into the game for the first time for the Bison.
There's Smith from the block.
Well, that was a good extra pass. Winfrey found a cutting Babel who got doubled up, and then she found Brooke Smith on the backside for the layup to go. Good offensive flow for Ouachita in the first half of this first quarter. Extending that defense out in man-to-man, extending that man-to-man defense out past the three-point line as well.
There's the drive on the right side, draws contact, no foul. Chambers comes up with the ball on the wing. Here's a shot from the lane, and it is good.
Yeah, you can't give them second chances. Getman tried to avoid the contact on the first one, and Ouachita couldn't quite get the defensive rebound. Getman's not going to need many more opportunities. Wow, that was deep, Chase. that was deep. That was about 24 feet.
Lainey Mears feeling it early tonight, as she already has her second made triple of the contest. Chambers has been facing some great defense early in this contest. 4 of the 5 starters still out there for Oklahoma Baptist, as we are already past the midway point in this first quarter. Excellent hustle play by Babel. Here she goes in transition. Nobody's going to stop her on the way to a right-handed finish.
Timeout Oklahoma Baptist, and that was caused by Lainey Mears initially. She came from the backside. They felt the pressure, and the Getman had to get rid of it. Babel saw that from the backside wing and was able to flash in for the steal to get the turnover and the steal and the layup in transition.
Well, that takes us to our first break of the evening. 4:08 remaining in the first quarter of play. Your score, Ouachita 18, Oklahoma Baptist 8. We'll be back with more Tiger basketball after this timeout.
At Taylor King Law, we understand that being injured can be a stressful and overwhelming experience.
And that's why we're here to help you every step of the way.
As your dedicated legal team, we'll stand by your side when you're being ignored.
We'll be on your side to fight for the compensation you deserve.
Don't let the insurance companies intimidate you. Let us go to work for you.
Call us today and let us help you get back on the road to recovery.
On your side, by your side. When you've been injured, we're here for you.
We specialize in bringing the law to your corner. We are dedicated to understanding what results you want and to helping you understand what actions we can take on your behalf. With over 30 years of experience and a proven track record of success, Berry & Turnage is here to lead you down a path to the results you need. We will work with you every step of the way to make sure that you understand the choices you are making and feel empowered to make them. Berry & Turnage. Serious injuries require serious attorneys. Welcome back to Bill Vining Arena for more Tiger basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. And Chris, Coach Dallimore has to be happy with the start in this one. Ouachita shooting the ball well and playing excellent defense.
They are. Chase, give a little hat tip to Will Kazai sitting beside me, one of the Magnet Co students. He said, hey, I think I saw a stat earlier that said Ouachita was only shooting like 29% from three-point range. They're not doing that today, are they? Tonight, are they? I was like, no, indeed they're not. 4-4, hit their first 4 three-point opportunities has Ouachita, and it's really in there. Man, nice defense from Lainey Mears getting the steal.
Ball is stripped away, and now the Bison on the other end of the floor. Pull up from mid-range, hits the back iron and is no good.
Nice job by Oklahoma Baptist of retreating and continuing to play defense even after the sudden change.
Grayson Williams draws the foul and will be heading to the line for 2 shots.
Ouachita came into today's game 28.5% from three-point range. It is a good shooting team. You know, Lainey Mears, one of the best three-point shooters that Ouachita has seen in a long time. But she just hadn't been shooting well. But today, and we kind of saw it last week in that exhibition game against Williams Baptist, they scored 91 points. The defensive effort was not where they really wanted it to be, and you can tell in the first part of this first quarter that defense was an emphasis for Coach Dallimore and Coach Nate Davis since that exhibition game.
Parker Stevenson, the freshman from Shawnee, Oklahoma, gets the board.
Stevenson had 26, career high in her first year, had 26 last game against East Central.
Ouachita going the other way. Long pass to Smith. It's online. Excellent transition play from the Tigers as the lead is now up to a lucky 13 points. Chambers swings it over. That's Stevenson. Oklahoma Baptist waiting for a favorable matchup in the post. No opening available. 2 left on the shot clock, and time is expired.
Boy, this defense in the first 6 minutes and 58 seconds from Ouachita has really disrupted Oklahoma Baptist, Chase. It's manifested itself in deflections, turnovers, and they're the first 30 seconds, the shot clock violation. And Coach Dallimore using substitutions liberally, and now they didn't start the shot clock, so they're going to have to just kind of a little redo. And the official blew his whistle, said, let's just go back. Let's go back to the baseline and or the side out of bounds and do this one again.
Going back to that last possession, we've talked about her shooting ability, but Lainey Mears showing off her defensive skills on that last possession. Watson finds Tipton at the top. Now she's going to swing it over to Mears. Mears not afraid to pull up from anywhere. Case in point. She's got her 3rd triple of the night.
Little jab step to the right. Got the defender to bite on that jab step. She took a little half step and dribbled to the left. Got that one to go. 3 for 3 on the night for Lainey Mears. Chase, you and I watched a lot of these games in the first semester. There's just a different look on the faces of the Tigers tonight. It's just a different, I don't know if it's a focus. I don't know what it is. It's just a different look in all their faces tonight. I think Smith thought Tipton was going to go up for that shot. She probably wishes she had now, but she got in the air, didn't really like where she was.
So after that pump fake was a little too convincing, Oklahoma Baptist taking it the other way, but Ouachita showing pressure full court yet again.
They're not allowing the point guards to start the offense, and then it manifests another turnover. Coach Overton getting at Stevenson saying, hey, don't give her the ball. That's your job. Go get it. Ouachita really, in the first several possessions, not a press, a full team press. They're just trying to keep the designated point guard from getting it and bringing it up uncontested. They're forcing Oklahoma Baptist to start that offense with one of the post players who throws the ball in bounds most of the time.
Fairless gives it off to Mears. Mears looking for an opening. There's the pass inside to Fairless. Left-handed finish, off the mark. Stevenson going to get called for the carry.
Official didn't like something she saw from one of the players and said, don't do that again. I don't know which one she was talking to, but said 11. Caden Graham into the game for Oklahoma Baptist. Babel came out to give Lainey Mears a little spell.
Madeline Tipton driving the baseline. They'll say that she touched the ball last.
Yeah, she just kind of went baseline and got up in the air in kind of no man's land. Couldn't really do anything about it, do anything with it. And the turnover will give the ball back to Oklahoma Baptist.
Stevenson facing a lot of pressure the last couple minutes from the Tigers. All alone in the mid-range. Shot is off the front iron. Fairless with the board.
Nice box out by Fairless, and she's going to push it.
Babel, actually that's Watson. Pulls up, no good. Fairless right there though with the offensive rebound, and she's gonna have it on the second chance. Just under a minute to go in the contest, and the first quarter, and Ouachita's lead already up to 18.
Yeah, Fairless gonna be called for that foul. Pressure way out at the, at the 30-foot mark. Brooke Smith back into the game. Peyton Condi into the game, the freshman guard from Little River, Texas. As Chase mentioned, you mentioned a lot of homegrown, either Oklahoma or Texas products on this Oklahoma Baptist roster. Ouachita similar with Arkansas players too.
Excellent defense from Joey Babel, getting some help from Audrey Winfrey. Now Brooke Smith kicks it out. Here's the shot from deep. It's off the front iron, but Babel's right there for the offensive board. Post move by Fairless, and she's able to draw the foul.
Coach Dallimore said, pull it out, pull it out, pull it out, or draw a foul. I think Coach Dallimore was hoping that they might be able to pull that one out, run some clock, and get the last shot of the quarter.
One more opportunity for Fairless at the free throw line. It's online as Grayson Williams checks in. She takes over for Samantha Watson.
Chase, Ouachita first in the conference in free throw shooting, 78.8%. I think someone got a phone call over on press row. How about that? Grayson Fairless gets called for a foul. That's her second. So 2 fouls on Fairless here in the first quarter. You don't want her to pick up one here with 6 seconds left.
Stevenson puts one up from mid-range. And that's going to be all she wrote for the first quarter of play. A dominant display from the Tigers as they already lead by 19 with 10 minutes in the books. As the players take a break on the floor, we're going to take a break ourselves. You're watching Tiger basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
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 Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Ouachita. Ouachita.
How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
Visit the Ouachita campus store for all your Tiger apparel, merchandise, and gifts. If you need something to wear to show your Tiger pride, stop by the Ouachita campus store on the bottom floor of the Evans Student Center to grab a t-shirt, sweatshirt, polo, or more. If you can't stop by the store on campus, visit us online at bookstore.obu.edu. Make your purchase and we'll send it to you. Support the Tigers by checking out the Ouachita campus store. Go Tigers.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight, both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back, because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
I'm Sandra, this is Jorge, and we were adopted in 2019. I remember when they first came to us, Michael was already a teenager. The whole cliche of, they're so lucky to have you guys, and it's the other way around. They have changed our family for the better. They chose to love us. They didn't have to. They chose us. Family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
Welcome back to Tiger Basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. It's been a dream start for the Tigers, a 19-point lead with just 10 minutes in the books, and a chance to add on to that before the two teams head into the locker rooms.
I think Brooks telling herself to shoot that. So is Coach Dallimore. She was, you're that close, go ahead and put it up. She realized she made a mistake. In looking at the OBU's Oklahoma Baptist notes, Oklahoma Baptist has lost 6 straight in Arkadelphia. The last 3 years, to Ouachita and Henderson. And they've had veterans on this team, and you just wonder at some point if it gets in, all right, what is the deal about this place? Ouachita won here by 22 last year. So you just wonder at some point, are they like, wait a minute, what is our curse with this town? And so you hope for Ouachita's sake that the Tigers can continue and not let Oklahoma Baptist back into the game.
Stevenson bringing the ball up the far side of the court. Ouachita, in the last 3 meetings here at Bill Vining Arena, has held the Bison to just 56.2 points per game, so playing excellent D against the Bison here on their home court.
That was excellent defense there. Brooke Smith guarding the ball, cutting off the baseline. Lainey Mears doubling down to try to get the steal and forces the tie ball. So now alternating possession will be with Ouachita on the next tie-up.
Drive up the middle. There's the kick to the corner. Driving the baseline and tried to go cross court, but it's going to be a turnover.
Yeah, Grayson Williams drew the charge. She set up. She was kind of playing the, in the good man-to-man principle. She was under the goal since the person she was guarding was on the backside wing. She came over, got position, drew the charge.
Still looking for our first points of the second quarter of play.
Oklahoma Baptist now in a man defense as well.
Tipton pulls up for 3, rattles around and is off the mark. Oklahoma Baptist, ball is tipped and stolen away by Grayson Fairless. Here come the Tigers in transition. Smith driving the left side. Tipton about to do the same. She pulls up from mid-range, nothing but net. We see Mears and Stevenson matching up once again. There's the pass towards the middle. Ball is stolen away again by Grayson Fairless. Don't see forwards getting too many steals, but Fairless already 2 here in quarter number 2.
Yeah, she wanted to pull up. She was looking to get the ball to Brooke Smith on that backside, but they never stopped the ball. And then by the time she was able to make a shot, she just had to get the extra step in there. Ernie Murray with the call. Now, Ernie there to your right. Our camera is on that baseline, and it's Dr. Wesley Cluck. And head athletic trainer Ashley Harris had a nice little talk with Ernie there. It was all in good fun.
Getman looking for an opening. Chambers, now she's got a handle on the ball and trying to make a move on the right side, being tightly guarded.
3-second violation. The defense from Ouachita really kind of has had Oklahoma Baptist out of sorts the entire 13 minutes of this game.
Low scoring second quarter, but Ouachita currently enjoying a 21-point lead as Mears drives up the middle, loses the handle on the ball. Offensive board by Brooke Smith. And it looked like Mears took one step before she dribbled the ball, and that's going to be a traveling violation.
At our next break in the action, we want to remind our Tigerette and Lady Tiger basketball alumni as, boy, Lainey Mears sneaks up from behind and gets the steal from Parker Stevenson. Nice look from Mears.
Smith, another opportunity for the Tigers. She's going to draw the foul.
Chase, Ouachita is just getting those balls because of the hustle. They've just been playing harder, and especially on that possession. When you play hard, things fall into your lap, and that's exactly what happened on that possession. There's no reason Ouachita should have had 3 opportunities at the basket on that possession.
Ouachita dominating the offensive boards tonight, and really the boards in general, as Smith sinks her first. Second one rims out. So it will be a 1-2 trip at the charity stripe for the freshman. Stevenson trying to end the scoring drought for Oklahoma Baptist. Getman pulls up from just inside the arc. It's offline, board by Samantha Watson.
Ouachita's defense is intense, but it looks a little bit different than it had. I have to watch that. I'm trying to be able to tell in the last 3 possessions what's been going on.
After that triple from Madeline Tipton.
6 of 8 from three-point range now for the Tigers.
That's absolutely right, and that's a big reason why the Tigers currently lead by 25. Stevenson looking for the first score for the Bison in about 10 minutes now.
A 20-0 run for Ouachita.
Here's a shot from the corner to stop the bleeding. That won't happen quite yet as Tipton comes away with the ball. Pass inside to Mears. Excellent backdoor cut, even better finish for two.
22-0 run over the last 9+ minutes, and Oklahoma Baptist one of its last 11 field goal attempts. Now the stats just updated. 22-0 run over the last 9:27 for Ouachita. Chase, a 22-0 run will win you some games, but there is a lot of basketball yet to be played.
A lot of substitutions on the floor as the Bison are getting some fresh legs. Now we've got a discussion between the officials. Not sure if it's an issue with the clock or.
Not sure. I can't tell if it's the clock or a foul. Still not really sure.
I think that they had not reset the foul count from the previous quarter.
I gotcha. Good call, Chase. Chase is on the case. That's Wyatt Ashlock, our former student director and alum, and now morning director at KARK Channel 4 in Little Rock would say. Chase is on the case. You, the Paw Patrol generation, you young bucks. Ouachita has a loose ball foul called on Oklahoma Baptist now, so the next foul on Ouachita will send Oklahoma Baptist to the line for the double bonus for the remainder of the second quarter. Oklahoma Baptist has one foul to give.
Fairless going to try and post up against, it was almost a double team, now a miscommunication, and that'll be Bison ball. With that, that takes us to the under 5 media timeout here in the second quarter. Ouachita continuing to add on to the lead. It currently stands at 27. You're watching Tiger basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Whether you realize it or not, you see the work of Bats and Signs all around Arkadelphia. When you see the Badger equipment trailer on the way to a Badger game, Bats and Signs did that. When you're watching the Badgers, Tigers, or Reddies and see the signage that just really makes their facilities pop, Bats and Signs did that too. You see the signage in downtown Arkadelphia, on the campuses of Ouachita and Henderson, or the sign in your neighbor's yard supporting a candidate or their favorite Badger? Yep, Bats and Sign did that too. Longtime residents and supporters of all things Arkadelphia called Mark, Jared, Chris, or Ryan at Bats and Signs today to see what they can do for you.
Owned by OBU alumni, Java Primo is the official coffee house of Ouachita Tiger football. At Java Primo, amazing coffee is just the beginning. Try our great options at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and don't forget about our amazing desserts. Also, shop Java Primo's gift selection 24/7 online at javaprimo.com.
Go Tigers! Go Tigers!
Are you making plans to attend the Tigerette or Lady Tiger Basketball Alumni Weekend on Saturday, February 17th, 2024? We hope so. Come be a part of the alumni family. If you need more information, you can contact Teresa Schaefer-Raymond at 713-293-2944 or email at TARayman, that's TARAYMAN at yahoo.com. Want your email for more information. If you are also a former Ouachita women's basketball player, as Oklahoma Baptist turns the ball over on the inbounds to out of the media timeout. You can also, Ouachita Baptist University women's basketball alumni has an active Facebook page that you can join and get more details on that alumni weekend on February 17th. They also do give promotion to our broadcast, and so we know that some of you who are watching tonight have seen because of that. So It was a good reunion weekend last year in their first one, and they hope to build on that. And I believe they have a nice little surprise display addition to Vining Arena to commemorate a lot of Ouachita women's basketball history.
It's going to be a fun weekend you don't want to miss, but right now the Tigers having a lot of fun, leading by 27. Oklahoma Baptist looking to break a scoring drought that has now totaled over 10 minutes of game time.
10 minutes, 37 seconds the last time these stats were updated. Now a 5-second violation. And 22-0 run over the last 10:37, or closer to 11 minutes now. Oklahoma Baptist is one of its 12, but one of 12 on its last 12 field goal attempts. Now that scoring runs up to 10:49.
Mears swings it over to Watson. Now Babel on the right side.
Back to a zone defense from Oklahoma Baptist now.
See if that creates an opening for Ouachita as it did in the first quarter. Ball is tipped away, but it is staying with Ouachita. Turnovers have been a problem on both sides in this one, but especially for the Bison, up to 14 now on the game compared to 7 for the Tigers.
5 on the shot clock. Mears.
Automatic tonight, her 4th make from distance.
She's playing a little bit of catch-up from outside from the first semester, Chase. Goodness.
And it wasn't like her numbers were poor either. Coming into this contest, she ranked number 5 in program history in three-point field goal percentage. She's improved that drastically here just tonight. Watson in transition for Ouachita. Back to the hot hand of Mears. Now it'll be an opportunity for Joey Babel, who swings it to Watson. Great ball movement, finding Fairless, and there's going to be a foul from behind.
As a way to attack a zone, Brooke Smith at the high post. You get right in the middle of that zone. She turns towards the basket, sees Fairless on the soft spot on the right side, and she draws the foul.
Sierra Copeland charged with her 2nd foul of the night as Fairless sinks her first.
Chase, we're getting ready to hit the 12-minute mark of how long it's been since Oklahoma Baptist has scored. The run is up to 26-0 for Ouachita. It was 13-8. Excuse me, 27-0, sorry.
And looking at the bench points as well, for Ouachita, 21 points off the bench, a lot of those coming from Lainey Mears. But a big goose egg for Oklahoma Baptist in that category. All 8 of their points have come from starters. Chambers swings it to the corner, looking to stop the bleeding, but it will continue on as Joey Babel with the defensive board. Mears finds an opening. She doesn't do it again this time, although she's already made 4 shots from distance tonight.
Nice sneak in from back behind Grayson Williams. She was trailing the play, knocked the ball loose, and then almost saved it in bounds. Tremendous hustle play from Grayson Williams. We could say that about every one of the Tigers who's been on the floor tonight. Players on the floor into it. The bench players are into the game with communication and everything.
Leslie pulls up from the mid-range. It's offline.
You can just tell off the release from our vantage point that was going to be off to the right.
Williams trying to kick it out to Winfrey on the perimeter. She's going to drive. And as she was transferring the ball, didn't quite get set, and it's going to be a traveling violation.
You know, I can take 2 steps going towards the basket, or I can take 2 steps to the bench. There's still 2 steps, but a lot of times when you're not going towards the basket, it looks weird, and that's exactly what I think that situation was. Took 2 steps and ready to pass the ball, and just an ugly-looking situation there. And now I believe that foul is going to be on Audrey Winfrey, and so Chase, Oklahoma Baptist is going to go to the free throw line to try to break this 27-0 run that Ouachita is on. The last time they scored, it was 13 minutes and 4 seconds. Was that only the 4th foul? Oh, I was looking at the wrong category. My fault. I was looking at the wrong one. That was only the 2nd foul My apologies. That last time when I said they were almost in the bonus, I was looking at the timeouts left, and there it is. Getman gets the basket.
No surprise there. One of the top 5 scorers in the Great American Conference with 18.6 points per game. Tipton pulls up from the mid-range, and that's really her bread and butter.
Well, and if you're going to play the zone and they're going to get the ball to the high post, you can't let them have uncontested shots, and that's what Madeline Tipton had there, an uncontested shot from 15.
Chambers pulls up from just inside the arc. Her shot is off the mark. Second chance for Leslie, throws it right into the rim. Third time's the charm, perhaps, not this time. Now a 4th opportunity for Oklahoma Baptist. Here's the drive, kick to the corner, shot. Looked like it was deflected, but I believe Babel ended up running into her arm.
She caught a lot of the arm of Faith Wright.
So a rare trip to the line for 3 free throws from Faith Wright.
70% free throw shooter on the year. Has only been to the line 10 times. Hit 7 of those attempts, and the officials making sure Faith was okay because Joey Babel did a nice job of closing out. She just caught way too much of the right arm of Faith Wright.
First shot from Wright is good. Wright is a sophomore guard out of Dale, Oklahoma. Has started in every game this year for the Bison, and now she's got a chance to convert on all 3 free throws. She's going to do exactly that.
Two-three zone again from Oklahoma Baptist. They started the game out in the zone, went to man early in the second quarter, but now back to zone.
Mears pass inside to Tipton. Excellent spacing, and it pays dividends.
When Mears is on from the field, the defense has to respect that. She pulled up on the baseline. There's a double team to her. She's able to find Tipton on that baseline. Nice, strong shot from Tipton, playing through contact with that left hand.
Drive on the baseline. Finish from close.
Yeah, Large was able to get the baseline. Ouachita didn't cut off the baseline, and so anytime you can get an angle on that baseline, you're going to have a chance. Last second shot here for the Tigers.
Smith finds the opening, gets it up in time, but it is offline, and that brings us to the end of the first half. A dominant display for the Tigers as they enter the locker rooms with a 29-point lead. With that, we're going to take a break ourselves, but we'll be back with the second half and a breakdown of the first half after this timeout. You're watching Tiger Basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
At Taylor King Law, we understand that being injured can be a stressful and overwhelming experience.
And that's why we're here to help you every step of the way.
As your dedicated legal team, we'll stand by your side when you're being ignored.
We'll be on your side to fight for the compensation you deserve.
Don't let the insurance companies intimidate you. Let us go to work for you.
Call us today and let us help you get back on the road to recovery.
On your side, by your side. When you've been injured, we're here for you.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
Ouachita. Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Ouachita. Ouachita.
How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Captain Henderson House. We're a home to call your very own when you're away from yours, with a porch to end your night on, surrounded by friends, sharing stories and old times, and a yard with memories of summertime weddings and picnics after the game. We are so thankful for the life this house has seen for nearly 150 years. Come stay with us and join in on our stories. Captain Henderson House, Inn and Events.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight, both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back, because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
I'm Sandra, this is Jorge, and we were adopted in 2019. I remember when they first came to us, Michael was already a teenager. The whole cliche of, they're so lucky to have you guys, and it's the other way around. They have changed our family for the better. They chose to love us. They didn't have to. They chose us. Family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
Visit the Ouachita campus store for all your Tiger apparel, merchandise, and gifts. If you need something to wear to show your Tiger pride, stop by the Ouachita campus store on the bottom floor of the Evans Student Center to grab a t-shirt, sweatshirt, polo, or more. If you can't stop by the store on campus, visit us online at bookstore.obu.edu. Make your purchase and we'll send it to you. Support the Tigers by checking out the Ouachita campus store. Go Tigers.
Owned by OBU alumni, Java Primo is the official coffee house of Ouachita Tiger football. At Java Primo, amazing coffee is just the beginning. Try our great options at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and don't forget about our amazing desserts. Also, shop Java Primo's gift selection 24/7 online at javaprimo.com.
Go Tigers! Go Tigers!
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Whether you realize it or not, you see the work of Bats and Signs all around Arkadelphia. When you see the Badger equipment trailer on the way to a Badger game, Bats and Signs did that. When you're watching the Badgers, Tigers, or Reddies and see the signage that just really makes their facilities pop, Bats and Signs did that too. You see the signage in downtown Arkadelphia, on the campuses of Ouachita and Henderson, or the sign in your neighbor's yard supporting a candidate or their favorite Badger? Yep, Bats and Sign did that too. Longtime residents and supporters of all things Arkadelphia called Mark, Jared, Chris, or Ryan at Bats and Signs today to see what they can do for you.
Baseball for me just kind of was the glue that kept my family together. I feel like I was able to come here and get my triple major, as well as play a super high level of baseball against some of the best players in the country. There's a lot of options here in Division II with a lot of great ball players and a lot of great people, and they make sure that they give you every opportunity to succeed on and off the field.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
We specialize in bringing the law to your corner. We are dedicated to understanding what results you want and to helping you understand what actions we can take on your behalf. With over 30 years of experience and a proven track record of success, Barry and Turnage is here to lead you down a path to the results you need. We will work with you every step of the way to make sure that you understand the choices you are making and feel empowered to make them. Barry and Turnage. Serious injuries require serious attorneys.
I'm Rex Horn, the Interim Executive Director of the Arkansas Baptist State Convention, and today I'm joined by my friend Dylan, who is an attorney with the Arkansas Baptist Foundation, with an important word for you.
The foundation is here to help you support your Ouachita Tigers. If you'd like to create an estate plan that supports Ouachita and its mission, or learn about other giving opportunities, please contact us using the information below.
Food isn't just fuel to live, it's fuel to grow. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger, and together we can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Visit feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Hey, welcome back to Bill Vining Arena on the campus of Ouachita Baptist University. Chris Babb with Chase Hartzell. Halftime of the women's game, Ouachita leading 44-15. And Chase, before we take a look at the stats, we will say tune in Saturday as Ouachita hosts Southern Nazarene here on OSDN.live on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network YouTube channel. At halftime of the women's game, we'll have a feature video on the women's basketball team from Ouachita student Isaac Edwards. It was a class project in the sports journalism class. He has a neat little look at some of the women's basketball players and talk with them, interview with them. So we'll play that at halftime of the women's game on Saturday and then later in the semester. Chase, take us through some of those first half statistics. But before you do that, you actually want to say something else too. I can just see it in your face. I can see it.
I do. I did want to give one more shout out. One of the voices that you heard in one of our commercials, specifically the OBU bookstore commercial, that is Kendall Givens. He is one of our own here at OSDN, and we want to congratulate him on yet another All-American honor. It seems like we've been saying that a lot, and that's because we have three All-American honors for number 34. The latest, a selection to the D2 Elite 100, considered one of the top 100 players in all of college football. Congratulations to Kendall on an incredible season, and he's back for one more next year, Chris.
That's right. Great season for Kendall and his teammates, and congratulations to him on another postseason award.
Also want to give one more shout out to Josiah Johnson for being named a finalist for the Cliff Harris Award, awarded annually to the top small college football player on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, this year they went with 3 awards, Division II, Division III, and NAIA winners all got separate awards, and Josiah was a finalist. Tanner Volk, a safety from Central Washington, won that award. He was 4th in the Harlan Hill Award, which is the Division II football version of the Heisman. And I would like to, for giving shout-outs, thank the Great American Conference and the Little Rock Touchdown Club for allowing OSDN to be a part of that. Chase Hartzell was able to voice the awards, or the video to announce the Harlan Hill Awards, and it was neat to see the winner, Zach Zabrowski from Central Missouri. His dad is a coach at the University of Kansas, and when Kansas was doing some bowl prep in their indoor, they had that video on their video system in their indoor facility, and you heard Chase make the announcement, and the Kansas Jayhawks go happy for Coach Zabrowski. So proud of our students, Gavin Wallace, Nate Hollis, Chloe Velleman, and the trailer today running things, part of OSDN. And then also thanks to Shane Hartzell and Blaze Batson, also one of our Ouachita Sports Digital Network students. Kate Perrin from Arkadelphia High School's here, and then Shane Hartzell, father of Chase, next to me, brought a crew from Magnet Cove, the East program, to help us get this broadcast going, since students are not back in school yet for the second semester. Now, I guess we can go through some first half statistics, Chase, and they did look very good if you're wearing the purple OBU colors tonight.
Without a doubt, and Chris, usually there's one or two stats that really stand out in this one, but pretty much positives across the board for Ouachita. One stat that particularly stood out to me was how Ouachita has been able to space out the floor and move the ball around. Not only that, but racking up the assists. 10 assists tonight for the Tigers. Leading the way is Lainey Mears with 3. She's also got plenty of points to her name thanks to 4 made three-pointers on the night. Another player with 3 assists on the night is the starting point guard, Samantha Watson. With plenty of players adding to that assist total. For Oklahoma Baptist, just the one being credited to Madison Chambers. One of the keys to success in this one is that it felt like Ouachita in that first half was able to isolate the Bison, kept them from connecting with each other, and that's represented by that assist total. Very small, because Ouachita was able to cut off those connections and really force these players into tough spots.
You look at the assist to turnover ratio, Ouachita 10 assists, 8 turnovers. Oklahoma Baptist 1 assist, 14 turnovers. Take a look at the stats on your screen.
all of those are obviously going to be in favor of Ouachita in a game like this. Free throw percentage, Oklahoma Baptist has been to the line 3 times, hit all 3 of those. Ouachita 5 of 8. Ouachita has the advantage in turnovers and obviously points off of those turnovers and even out-rebounding Oklahoma Baptist. Leading scorers for Oklahoma Baptist, 3 players with 4 points apiece. Only 4 players have scored for Oklahoma Baptist. Kennedy Large, Jaden Getman, and Madison Chambers each have 4 points. Faith Wright has 3 points for Ouachita. Laney Mears with 14 points, 4 of 5 from three-point range. Madeline Tipton with 12 points. Grayson Fairless with 7 points. Brooke Smith with 5 points. Audrey Winfrey with 3 points. Joey Babel with 2. And Grayson Williams with 1. 8 of those players that have played for Ouachita scored. So just a really good first half for Ouachita. We take a look at some of the scores from around the conference. Take a look at some of the scores from around the conference. Henderson State across the street, trailing Southern Nazarene at halftime, 42-25. Harding leading Southeastern Oklahoma State, 34-28 at halftime. These all games are in Arkansas. Oklahoma schools traveling to Arkansas. In Magnolia, Southern Arkansas is hosting Southwestern Oklahoma State, and SAU leads as they start the third quarter, 55-23. Northwestern Oklahoma State with a 4-point lead over Arkansas Monticello at halftime. So there's your halftime roundup of games around the Great American Conference.
With that, we are going to take one more break before we resume with the second half of play. You're watching Tiger Basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experiences possible.
Welcome back to Tiger Basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. This is Chase Hartzell. I am being joined by Chris Babb tonight, but he is having to help out some of our friends from Oklahoma Baptist who are having trouble with their radio broadcast. Todd Miller and his crew, longtime friends of OSDN and Ouachita Tiger Athletics. So far, it has been all Tigers tonight. 44-15 the score heading into the final 20 minutes of play. And Ouachita looking for much of the same here in quarters number 3 and 4. There you get a look at Oklahoma Baptist head coach Bo Overton roaming the sidelines and hoping for better results here in quarter number 3. The Tigers held the Bison to single digits in both of those first 2 quarters, 8 in the first quarter and 7 in the second, including a scoreless stretch that lasted over 12 minutes. Steele to open up the second half. It's off the mark. Second chance opportunity. Here's the shot from distance. That one's offline. Traveling violation called on Sierra Copeland. Ouachita looking to score the first points of the second half. Tipton. Her shot is off the left iron, board by Grayson Williams. So it stays with the Tigers. Swing back to Tipton. She gets automatic redemption. Tipton has the Tigers on the board in quarter number 3, and with that, the lead swells to 32. Drive by Wright,
She kicks it over to Large. Moving the ball around the perimeter. Chambers had an opening, but it closed up quickly. Good reaction by Grayson Williams. Here's a shot from distance. That one is good. Credit to 3 to Kennedy Large. Laney Mears checking back into the game for the Tigers, the leading scorer for Ouachita this year. Sierra Copeland recorded the assist on that last triple from Kennedy Large, just the second assist of the night for the Bison, as the Tigers really been forcing a lot of isolation ball. Chambers going to drive on the right side. Here's the shot from the free throw line. No good off the front iron. Another opportunity for Oklahoma Baptist. Here's the shot for 3. Nothing but net for Jaden Getman. Getman ranks 3rd in the conference coming into this one with a 46.7 mark. Mears with her second miss of the night from three-point land. Now Large in transition. Chambers carried the ball. Williams swings it to Mears. Double team now. The Bison know that Mears has the hot hand tonight, but Tipton does as well. That shot's no good. Faith Wright with the board. Brings it up the floor herself. Pass inside. Opportunity for Copeland, and she finishes with the left hand. There's the pass inside to Tipton. Contact from behind, and Copeland going to be charged with the foul. Copeland, a key presence in the post for Oklahoma Baptist, although she has just 25 field goal attempts on the year coming into this contest. That is the lowest among Oklahoma Baptist starters. Meanwhile, Madeline Tipton goes 2 for 2 from the line. Getman, listed as a forward, but they also bring her up the floor as a guard at times. Mears almost strips the ball away. Contested shot is offline. And Ouachita draws the foul. That is going to be another one charged to Sierra Copeland. That is her 4th of the contest. The junior forward from Texas going to have to be extra careful going down the stretch. Mears, pass inside to Smith. Dragged her foot that time, and she will be charged with the travel. Again, Getman bringing the ball up the floor for Oklahoma Baptist. She's been a go-to player for the Bison all year long, as there's the drive by Chambers, tries to pass it up and over. Shot for 3. Bounces off the front iron and off the backboard. Ball is tipped. A last touch by Jaden Getman. Mears will have the inbound for Ouachita. Chooses to go for Samantha Watson. Babel swings it to Mears. These Oklahoma Baptist guards wary of Mears' ability to shoot. Meanwhile, Grayson Fairless sneaks in for the two. Oklahoma Baptist with a better start to the second half in terms of scoring. Ball's tipped, but Leslie recovers. Now she has an opportunity for mid-range. It's off the mark. Brooke Smith facing some tight pressure, but she does record the defensive rebound. Now Babel swings it to Mears. She just pulls up for three. Oklahoma Baptist now going the other way. Chambers looking for a response. She swings it to Stevenson. Now a shot from the corner from Large. Here's the putback, and it's right on line for Jaden Getman. Getman, we've mentioned her scoring ability and her shooting ability, but she's also top 15 in the conference in rebounds. With that last whistle, that takes us to the 5-minute media timeout here at Bill Vining Arena. With 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter of play, your score is Ouachita 51, Oklahoma Baptist 25. You're watching Tiger basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
Make Print Mania in downtown Arkadelphia your place to get embroidery, screen printing, trophies, and more. Drop by their store on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia or visit their website at printmaniatees.com to see how they can help your business or group. Need a shirt for an event? Let Print Mania take care of that. Need promotional materials for your business or organization? You can let Print Mania take care of that too. A family-run local business in Arkadelphia, Print Mania has been serving the public since 1992. Call Print Mania today, 870-246-3803.
We are right at the halfway point here in the third quarter of play. Ouachita leading by 26. If you're just tuning in, this is Chase Hartzell. I am being joined by Chris Babb tonight, but he's helping some of our friends at Oklahoma Baptist with their radio broadcast. So we do apologize if you were listening to the Bison broadcast and they were having some technical difficulties, but if you are joining us, we're glad to have you here on OSDN. Todd Miller and his crew working hard to get the stream back up. Meanwhile, Joey Babel finishing off the play as time expires on the shot clock. Here's the drive by Getman. Face some contact. Brooke Smith loses the handle on the ball, and it will go back to the Bison. Set to inbound it for the Bison. It'll be Madison Chambers, the senior guard from Muldrow, Oklahoma. Posting up is Getman. Her shot is offline. Smith with the board. Winfrey drives and pulls up from mid-range. It's off to the left side. Mears takes it right back. Winfrey driving the lane. Ball bounces around and lands in the hands of Parker Stevenson. She looks to go coast to coast. Does exactly that. Excellent play there by the hometown Bison out of Shawnee, Oklahoma. But Samantha Watson says right back at you on the other side. Ouachita is going to take a timeout to talk things over. With that, we're going to take a break ourselves. You're watching Tiger basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experiences possible.
At Taylor King Law, we understand that being injured can be a stressful and overwhelming experience.
And that's why we're here to help you every step of the way.
As your dedicated legal team, we'll stand by your side when you're being ignored.
We'll be on your side to fight for the compensation you deserve.
Don't let the insurance companies intimidate you. Let us go to work for you.
Call us today and let us help you get back on the road to recovery.
On your side, by your side. When you've been injured, we're here for you.
Welcome back to Tiger Basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. Tigers with a commanding 28-point lead, although Oklahoma Baptist with a much improved offense here in the second half, into double digits in a quarter for the first time this game. Looking to pass inside to Chambers. It was last touched by Watson. Chambers with the inbound for Oklahoma Baptist finds Leslie near the free throw line. Chambers kicks it out. Stevenson from distance. It's off the mark on the right side. Condi passes inside. Now over to Chambers. Leslie trying to post up against Madeline Tipton. Stevenson pulls up for mid-range, one-hander. Samantha Watson with the defensive board. All the way down the floor to Laney Mears. Hesitated to wait for the shot to open up, but it is offline. Grayson Williams will check in for Laney Mears. Condi loses the handle on the ball, and Babel, even though she's on the floor, got the steal. Williams facing some tight defense from Condi. Babel passes it inside to Smith. Tigers desperately looking for an opening. Babel finds one from mid-range. It's short. Tipton. One more opportunity for the Tigers. Fade away from Smith. Somehow finds a way to put the ball in the basket. Stevenson, guarded by Williams. She passes it to Chambers. Long pass to the corner. Now Condi to Stevenson. Samantha Watson going to be charged with a foul, and we have a couple substitutions as Grayson Fairless and Audrey Winfrey check into the game. Watson brings the ball up the floor with just over a minute to go in the third quarter of play. The Tiger lead is at an even 30, but Ouachita looking to add on. Williams passes inside to Fairless. She's going to drive to the right side. Watson swings it to Williams. Now Williams is going to drive and finish with just 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Tigers with good timing on that last possession. Pass inside to Leslie. Fairless going to be charged with a foul on the floor, called for the blocking foul. It's been a relatively clean contest between these two teams, just a combined 13 fouls in the first half of play. Just 5 to speak of here in the third quarter with just 40 seconds left. Chambers kicks it out to Condi. Condi to the corner, shot for 3. It's offline. Brooke Smith with the board. Shot clock is dead. We'll see if the Tigers hold it for the last shot. That looks to be the strategy here as the Tigers are taking their time around the perimeter, although Oklahoma Baptist looking to apply some pressure. Just 8 seconds remaining, and Williams still looking for the ideal spot. Now Watson decides to drive, tries to draw contact, but it's blocked. And that will be the final play of the third quarter of play. So with 30 minutes in the books and just 10 to go, it's looking promising for the Tigers. 59-27, your score heading into the fourth quarter of play. You're watching Tiger Basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
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 Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Ouachita. Ouachita.
How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Captain Henderson House. We're a home to call your very own when you're away from yours, with a porch to end your night on, surrounded by friends, sharing stories and old times, and a yard with memories of summertime weddings and picnics after the game. We are so thankful for the life this house has seen for nearly 150 years. Come stay with us and join in on our stories. Captain Henderson House, Inn and Events.
Welcome back to the fourth quarter of play here at Bill Vining Arena. I'm Chase Hartzell, and we're rejoined by my color commentator turned broadcast engineer, Chris Babb, who helped Oklahoma Baptist get back on the airwaves.
Hope so, yeah.
We'll keep our fingers crossed because
Todd Miller, one of the good ones, and
he is indeed.
He looked down and said they had lost connection, so believe they're back on the air. So if you were listening to Todd and maybe had us on there, you can go back, and hopefully Todd will be back on the broadcast now for those of you who are OBU fans of the green and gold sort.
You know, Chris, you're pretty good at coordinating these sports media productions. Maybe they should give you a job for that here at the university.
I might think about that. See, maybe talk, see if I can't try to do something about that.
Chambers.
Chase, one of the possessions while I was in the middle of helping them out, I saw 3 Tigers diving on the floor, saving the possession, and they've just out-hustled Oklahoma Baptist tonight. The 50-50 balls have not been 50-50. There have been, they came out with a defensive intensity at the beginning of the game. They followed that up with great offense, and it's really set the tone, and they came back. And a lot of times you never know what's going to happen after a halftime when you're up by 29 points, but they really held on to that lead, and now they find themselves up by 35. Audrey
that last
Winfrey,
three,
yeah,
Audrey Winfrey. We know there's that old saying, who wants it more? The Tigers have looked like they wanted it more tonight, and this is the kind of motivation that you want to see going into this stretch of Great American Conference play, especially when you got names like Oklahoma Baptist, Southern Nazarene, and the like coming to Bill Vining Arena.
Well, you're doing all this without your second leading scorer in Heidi Robinson. Coach Dallamore's gone with a rotation of 8 tonight, 3 subs, and really the defensive intensity. You know, you've mentioned that phrase. I never really like to hear, oh, they just wanted it more tonight. But this, if there is a definition of a game like that where you could say that possibly is the case, this has been it. Now, that's not to say that Oklahoma Baptist hasn't, quote, wanted to win the game. That's never the case. Somebody just doesn't want to win. But the effort and intensity and execution on both ends of the floor have been definitely in the favor of Ouachita tonight.
Speaking of execution, that was excellent execution in transition, finished off by Joey Babel. Tigers lead nearing 40, up to 37 at the moment.
They're shooting over 50% from the field, Chase. 52.2% from the field. 56.3% from three-point range, and Lainey Mears tries to save that one in and got the steal, and then gets applause from Coach Dallamore and the bench for almost being able to keep that steal from ending up in a travel.
And you could see it on her face. She winced there. She took that one last step. She tried to stop it, but couldn't quite do so in time. Excellent hustle play there, though, from Mears, and she is currently guarding Stevenson.
There are 2 field goal attempt differences between these two teams. There were 3 deflections right there on that defensive possession. Oklahoma Baptist has shot 44 times tonight, Ouachita 46. So it's not like it's a pure volume it's the difference in the shooting, the percentages. Oklahoma Baptist 11 of 44 for 25%. Ouachita 24 of 46 for 52%. Now they're 11 of 45.
Referee indicates that ball bounced off the shot clock, so it goes back to the Tigers.
I think Tip was kind of disappointed. She wanted that defensive rebound.
I always want to get those stats.
Yeah.
Especially on a hard-earned board like that. Babel guarded by Stevenson. She kicks it to Tipton, who in turn kicks it to Smith. She draws the contact inside. Looks like Leslie will be charged with the foul.
Yeah, I don't think Leslie liked that call very much. I might side with her on that one. Not going to be a whole lot of protest. She and Madeline Tipton having a little conversation there at the line, like, yeah, I don't know if that was. I really didn't think I fouled her. And Tip probably said, yeah, don't know about that call, but not a whole lot of protest. But I'm probably fall in line with Leslie on that one. We've had a lot of contact tonight that has not been called for that one to be called.
Second shot is offline as well.
That's a rare 0 for 2 trip to the line for Ouachita, not just tonight, but any time this season.
Condi kicks it out from the baseline. One-handed finish leads to a blocking foul. Babel wanted the charge.
Blocking foul on the Tigers, number 13, Joey Babel. That's her second personal foul. Subbing in for Ouachita, number 10, Samantha Watson. Subbing out, number 22, Lainey Mears.
Watson and Fairless check into the game for Ouachita.
Sitting down, number 45, Brooks Smith. Shooting for Oklahoma Baptist, number 10, Parker Stevenson.
First shot at the free throw line is good for Parker Stevenson, and this is a player to watch for Oklahoma Baptist looking to the future. You know, we got a media packet prior to the game today, some game notes, and she was listed as their do-it-all freshman.
Right.
Already a top 25 scorer in the Great American Conference, and she scored as many as 26 this season. Also an excellent three-point shooter, and not too bad at the line as well, 87%. There's the drive by Fairless.
Yeah, that's going to be an offensive foul on Grayson Fairless. She tried to bull her way down, and then just a little bit, that little extra, the shoulder bump into the defense, drew the whistle. Be interested to see what Coach Dallamore has to say after the game about the defensive intensity, because I know in talking to Coach Davis after the exhibition game that they were not pleased with the defensive effort. And I would be highly surprised if that was the same frame of mind tonight, because this is not the same team that was on this floor on December 30th when Ouachita gave up 85 points. They still won that exhibition game because they scored 91 because they shot well just like they have tonight. But the defensive intensity, execution, communication, all five on the floor playing, together, have really dictated this game.
Fairless taking a trip around the perimeter. Tipton planted that foot, tried to hold her balance as long as she could, but it is a turnover for the Tigers. With that, Audrey Winfrey making way for Brooke Smith. Watson applying pressure to Stevenson. Finds Condi.
Tipton doing a really good job guarding Leslie on that low block. Leslie trying to get position on Tipton, but she just pestered her just enough to not be able to allow Leslie to get position. It ends up in a turnover and a steal for Ouachita.
Joey Babel finishing on the other end, and Chris, she's not the tallest player on the floor, but that's not going to stop her from going up against a bigger defender. She's also one of the strongest players on the floor.
Yeah, that was a very strong move. Good contest there on that three-point shot, too.
Babel again finds herself down low. Fades away, but the shot is short. Here's a three from Leslie. Rattles around, but she gets the shooter's roll. The Bison have cut the lead to 34 points. Tigers still well in the driver's seat as Watson swings it to Smith. She's going to try and drive on the right side. Fairless posting up. Finds a good opening and finishes with the left hand for two.
Ball fake to the right, got the defense to jump that way, then up and under the left side. Good left-handed layup that time from Fairless. That foul will send Oklahoma Baptist to the line. Take a look at the scoring, but not before we have the media timeout, Chase.
That is the last media timeout of this contest. 4:40 remaining in the game. Your score, Ouachita 68, Oklahoma Baptist 32. You're watching Tiger Basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
I'm Sandra, this is Jorge, and we were adopted in 2019. I remember when they first came to us, Michael was already a teenager. The whole cliche of they're so lucky to have you guys, and it's the other way around. They have changed our family for the better. They chose to love us. They didn't have to. They chose us. Family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
Welcome back to Bill Vining Arena. Ouachita 68. They've more than doubled up Oklahoma Baptist, led by offensively Madeline Tipton with 17 points. Lainey Mears with 14 for Ouachita. Grayson Fairless with 11. 8 points for Joey Babel so far. Brooke Smith with 7. Audrey Winfrey with 6 on 2 3-pointers. 3 points for Grayson Williams, 2 for Sam Watson. The leading scorer for Oklahoma Baptist, Large and Getman, both have 9. And Margeson excuse me, I knew as soon as I said that, I was like, that's not correct. Margeson gets 1 of 2, and Audrey Winfrey with the rebound. As Chase, this this game was, one of those. Ouachita was up by 29 at half. You're like, oh, what's going to happen? And Ouachita really just came out and put away any chances that Oklahoma Baptist might have thought of had of coming back early in that third quarter with a statement.
And it's not that Oklahoma Baptist didn't improve and make adjustments at halftime. The offense has been much more efficient here down the stretch. However, the Tigers have kept up the intensity and even expanded on the lead. Meanwhile, Madeline Tipton, her shot is offline. However, Grayson Fairless with some good hustle and the offensive board. Williams passes it out to Winfrey. Shot is banked in for three.
And when you hit one off the glass from the wing, that caused some just looks at each other on the Oklahoma Baptist bench. It's like, are you kidding me? When things are going in like that, it's just not your night. And Winfrey got her third three-pointer of the night.
The Tiger forward really worked on the three-pointer in the offseason, and it has paid off. Meanwhile, on the other end of the floor, Leslie gets the two for Oklahoma Baptist. Mackenzie Schillmuller waits to check in for Ouachita. It would be her first appearance of the night. Tipton passes it inside to Fairless. Fairless posting up, makes a move, but Marchison comes up with the board.
Yep. Winfrey tried to keep that one alive. Got another, deflection of a ball.
Drive on the right side, it's contested, but the shot is in. Credit the two to Katie Piper, the freshman out of Holiday, Texas.
Foul on the ice, number 22, Kate Grant. That is her first personal foul. Subbing in for Ouachita, number 14.
Subs into the game for both teams. In the game for Oklahoma Baptist, Chloe Poole and Lauren Lamb. Into the game for Ouachita, Mackenzie Schillmuller, as you mentioned, Micah Russell, Aubrey Henderson, Babel, and Winfrey stay in.
Schillmuller looking to drive, kicks it out to Henderson. Henderson driving the right side, looking to finish, draws the contact. It's a late whistle.
That's a good take by Aubrey Henderson, freshman from Jasper.
Shooting for Ouachita, number 12, Aubrey Henderson.
First shot is offline. Henderson, one of the taller guards on this Ouachita roster, standing at 5'10". And her second shot is offline as well.
Was perfect on the year from the free throw line until that trip.
Lauren Lamb recorded the defensive rebound for the Bison. Here's the shot from distance.
Yeah, Micah Russell got a hand on that one. Yeah, Micah Russell got a hand on that one. That's going to be Oklahoma Baptist ball. That's technically a Yeah, Russell got a hand on that one and knocked it out. So now they're going to have to check and see where the shot clock was, possibly. Now they're just going to put it on 17. I was afraid they might want to take some time and come over and look at the replay. Wise decision with 1:58 left in a 34-point game to just come up with where you think it was, and let's roll with it.
Both teams getting some good experience for their younger players. There's the pull-up from mid-range. It's off the front iron. Credit the board to Audrey Winfrey. Babel in transition.
That was good defense by Mackenzie Schillmuller.
Robinson driving, and she will draw the foul.
Not quite enough to send Ouachita to the free throw line yet, so it'll be baseline inbounds play.
Russell drives to the hoop, draws the contact. This time she's going to go to the line for 2.
Really, she got fouled 3 different times on that take, but it ended up being the last one. We'll send Micah Russell to the free throw line.
Micah Russell.
Bounces around, but Russell will get the friendly roll. Russell is a freshman guard from Sunnyvale, Texas.
2 for 3 from the line on the year now.
Make it 3 for 4.
Chase, overall, just a fantastic effort from Ouachita. Thing is, you know, it counts as 1 win. It doesn't count as multiple wins, but if you can bottle this up and carry it on, you got a tough test in front of you on Saturday. I know that's probably where Coach Dallimore is going to focus after this, is not get too excited because you do have the number 7 team in the country coming to town, or coming, well, they're already in town. They're across the street tonight, but coming to Bill Vining Arena on Saturday afternoon. But nevertheless, a fantastic effort on both ends of the floor for Ouachita, and Micah Russell will finish things off there with a nice take as the shot clock was winding down.
Well, in a game like this, it's hard to generate excitement down the stretch, but Micah Russell's doing her best right now. As this one is offline, but
Schillmoeller's going to chase. Schillmoeller kept that one alive, tipped it off of the shoulder of the Oklahoma Baptist person who had the inside position on her. So that's kind of a microcosm of the game. It was a hustle play for Ouachita that kept the possession alive.
Babel waits for Schillmoeller. Russell waiting on a teammate, finds Henderson. She kicks it out to Schillmoeller. Russell looking to drive, finds an opening. Foul called on the floor. Regardless, Russell will be going to the line for 2.
Micah Russell had 2 free throw attempts coming into the game. She will have had 6 in this last couple of minutes.
Russell has plenty of supporters coming up from Sunnyvale, Texas, has had regular representation throughout the season. There's the pass inside. Margison kicks it out. Shot from the corner is offline. Margison's right there for the putback, though, and that should be the final points of the evening. Schillmoeller's just going to hold the ball.
Yep, Chase, fantastic effort from the Tigers tonight to move to 4-1 in conference play and set up a big one Saturday with Southern Nazarene. Chase, I'm going to step out of the way and let you, after Coach Dallimore makes his way over, but you look at the leading scores. Madeline Tipton, 17 points. You look at this, 9 players registered points for Ouachita in the game. 9 of the 11 that played. Just a fantastic effort all the way around, offensively and defensively from Ouachita. Tipton with 17, Mears with 14, Fairless with 11. Those 3 in double figures for the Tigers. Grayson Fairless actually was not the leading rebounder. Brooke Smith with 9 rebounds to lead the way for Ouachita. Fairless with 8. Multiple rebounds for 7 different players. 5 rebounds for Samantha Watson and Joey Babel. 4 rebounds apiece for Audrey Winfrey, Madeline Tipton, and Grayson Williams. Didn't take care of the ball nearly as well in the second half as they did the first half. Still won the turnover battle. Rebounding, had the edge in rebounding, 41-32, and a 52.8% shooting effort from the field. 58.8% from three-point range, Chase. Fantastic. Very rarely do you see a team that wins by 37 points have a higher three-point percentage and overall field goal percentage than they do free throw percentage, but ultimately the free throws weren't what mattered. Fantastic effort for Ouachita tonight, offensively and defensively.
And we are awaiting Coach Robert Dallimore, but as you said, Chris, just a complete effort tonight from a Ouachita team that was facing off against an Oklahoma Baptist team that certainly has a bright future. A lot of players to watch on that talented Bison team. And right now, the Tigers completing the walk of victory around Bill Vining Arena, getting to say hello to some friends and family. Just do want to give you a reminder that we have another basketball broadcast right after this. You can see the competitors on the floor right now. The Ouachita and Oklahoma Baptist men's teams getting ready to face off in another exciting GAC bout. Robert Dallimore heading our way after picking up the Tigers' 4th GAC win in 5 tries. We now welcome head coach Robert Dallimore. Coach, congratulations on another GAC win here tonight. This just felt like a complete effort from start to finish.
Yeah, let me give God all the glory, honor, and praise. I appreciate the kids that I get to coach, the school I get to be at. I know I say that all the time, but I feel very blessed all the time, regardless win or lose. You know, I'm going to say the same thing because it's the truth. Had some challenges this week. You notice Heidi wasn't playing. She got hurt. We don't know how long she's going to be out for. But I thought the other kids stepped up, and I thought defensively we did some good stuff. They're very well coached. You know, they just happened to miss open shots, and then I think that gave us a little confidence early defensively, and that may have something to do with the break. You know, we've had a long time since we played a regular game, as have they, and we came out and hit some shots early, and they missed, and I think that helped our confidence defensively, and then I think it kind of energized us. They got a heck of a club. They really do. They were picked 3rd in our league for a reason, and they got a good team. And you know, I just feel fortunate that we played really well. I don't ever feel safe with Leeds because they can really shoot threes and they can hit them in a hurry. And you know, so that's why, if anybody was wondering, you know, why do I still have, you know, some of my kids who play, is one, we need to get experience. And we're playing kids now with Abby out, who was my 6th man last year, and Heidi out, who was our leading scorer. We got to get some reps and get ready for this conference, because we just played, you know, team picked 3rd, team picked 1st, and then 2 teams 3-1 on the road next week. So we've got, you know, every night.
This is a matchup between 2 teams that have very bright futures. Another big thing in this one, on top of the defense, the ball was moved around very effectively, 16 assists as a team. What do you think the key was in finding those connections tonight on the floor?
Well, I think we've got unselfish kids, and you know, some nights what I'm calling is more designed, depending on who we're playing against, to take advantage of maybe some one-on-one stuff where we think we might have an advantage. And then some nights, you know, when they're coming in, and I knew that they were probably going to play a lot of zone, especially once they saw Heidi was out, that, you know, and then fortunately we were able to hit shots. But I think that we have a very unselfish group. They just want to be successful, and they want to play hard, and they want to do the right thing, and they really don't care who scores. They just want to win. And, you know, hopefully we can, you know, continue. And with them, it's all about just playing a possession at a time. And that was the big talk at halftime. Because, you know, people don't realize, you know, you think 25 points, right? That's a big lead. But if you think about it, you're playing a team that can shoot the 3, and they're going to get the ball in the second half probably 3 times or 4 times every 2 minutes. So you're talking about they're going to get 40 possessions. You could possibly score 120 points. So all 25 is 8 threes. 8 threes and a free throw. And that's nothing in a 20-minute. That's nothing in a 20-minute game. So that I was proud of them for that, being able to keep it. If you notice the first 3 minutes, we didn't come out, and they got about 6 offensive rebounds. They came out with a lot of juice, and then fortunately, we hit some shots to kind of get it back up. And, you know, tonight just happened to be our night. They're a heck of a club, and like I said, they're very well coached. So tonight just happened to be our night.
Well, tonight, a big win. Hopefully can carry that momentum over to another talented opponent. As you mentioned, Southern Nazarene picked #1 in the preseason schedule, and then you've got 2 tests on the road next week against 2 teams that are also very talented. But this is a stacked conference this year, and this Tiger team looking to make their stand.
Right. So it's about them getting off their feet and getting some rest, giving them the scouting report in the morning, and then, quick turnaround, and then we got to play, a team that's exceptionally well coached, just like Oklahoma Baptist, and has a very talented, very mature, experienced team. A number of graduate students. I think they have 4 on their roster and then a senior. So, they play the game the right way.
Well, Coach, thank you for your time. Before you go, do you have a shout-out that you'd like to give?
I do. I have a shout-out to my son, Caleb. I love you, son, in Rome, Georgia. Have a great night. Thanks.
Thank you, Coach.
Hope you had a good Christmas.
Congratulations on the win. Thank you. Same to you. Well, the Tigers certainly with a gift tonight, a big win over the Oklahoma Baptist Bison, picked number 3 in the GAC preseason polls, but the Tigers proved victorious 76-39, your final score. With that, we're going to take a short break, but be right back here on the OSDN YouTube channel for more Tiger basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, coming up in just a few moments.
I'm Sandra, this is Jorge, and we were adopted in 2019. I remember when they first came to us, Michael was already a teenager. The whole cliche of, they're so lucky to have you guys, and it's the other way around. They have changed our family for the better. They chose to love us. They didn't have to. They chose us. Family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.